What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy AT back with another episode of the AT6. If you're listening to this on Spotify, the AT6 Live. Before we get started, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow the Spotify, and follow all the social media accounts. The links are in the description below. So click down, pause this video, and then click down, and then just, follow that. But let's get started. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. No, you're not hearing things. We finally won a game. Let's go. I'm so excited. I'm gonna try not to get carried away because it's just one win, and knowing us, we might get peppered the next game. So I'm gonna calm down. But I'm still buzzing from yesterday's game. So super excited. Going into this match, obviously, if you asked any Arsenal fan, most of us, we would say, yeah, we weren't confident going into this game. Looking at our team, their team, if you just, if you look at the paper and you're just looking at it, yeah, there's no way we stood a chance. And that's what Chelsea fans would say also, because going into this match, they were on top of the world. Not results-wise, but just the fans, because they know what kind of position we're in. We were in essence in a relegation battle. I mean, we kind of still are, but going into this match, from where they are and where we are, it's easy to predict, especially for their fans. They're looking at it easy W. They might pepper us. They might score 6 like they did a few years ago. They were just feeling all kinds of confident, but then something snapped within this team, and I do think it's the young players in that team that are taking the responsibility of dragging this team and inspiring this team with their own mentality. And when you look at the likes of Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe, you look at Tierney, all these guys, they're the ones with the mentality to win games and to drag the team forward. They're the ones that have that, and the senior players are the ones lacking that. Watching that game yesterday was just a reflection of how much we needed a creative player like Smith Rowe, for example, starting this game. How much we needed a guy like Martinelli causing trouble to opposition's defense. Guy like Saka, who didn't even get the ball much yesterday, causing all sorts of trouble for them. But Tierney, a special shout out to him, because he gave Reece James a torrid time. Reece James couldn't handle him whatsoever. He had him on toast the entire game, and it's just a reflection. It's these young players that are giving everything they got for this team. It's not the senior players, and it shows with the result we had yesterday. Going into it, when I saw the starting lineup, I wasn't feeling very confident. Only reason because looking at the midfield, we had Xhaka and Elneny starting together. Remember in my preview I said there's only one spot for one clown. And looking at the starting lineup, I was hella nervous. And then I saw Bellerin starting. I'm just like, oh, for fuck's sakes. Aubameyang was on the bench. Gabriel was out. So we were going pretty much with an untested back four of Mari and Rob Holding, Tierney, Bellerin. And Tierney and Bellerin is... We know what they offer essentially, but with Mari and Holding, they haven't played together much, so you're expecting to yourself, you're like, oh fuck, like what do you think is gonna happen? And I thought Chelsea were gonna expose that defense, but they didn't. And we started the game very aggressive with high energy, and that's not Arsenal like, especially in the recent times. Usually the way Arsenal have been playing recently, we start the game very slow. We let the other team have most of the possession, and they come at us, they pepper us, they slap us around, and then they get one chance, they score a goal, and then we have to concede for us to always to do something or to try to do something. But that wasn't the case yesterday. You could see the first 5-7 minutes, we were going at these guys. We were creating chances. We were passing the ball forwards. There was a fluid play within our team, and that's all down to Arteta's team selection, I came out and said yesterday he needs to pick the players that he knows that are going to get him the win. And yes, your Xhakas, your El Nenis, your Bellerins did start, but your Smith Rowe, your Saka, your Martinelli's, your Lacazette started, and they were on fire. And as much as I've been giving these players some shit, especially Xhaka, El Neni, Bellerin, those three, I have to admit yesterday, especially with Bellerin and Xhaka, they played really well yesterday. Xhaka contributed to 2 goals yesterday. He scored 1 free kick. And the penalty we got for the first goal, it was him that played the ball forwards to Tierney. And Tierney skinned Reece James, and Reece James took him down. Which I think is still a penalty. I don't care what Chelsea fans say. And special mention to Xhaka. I only want to see that consistently. That's the problem. Xhaka's the player, Xhaka and Bellerin. These players, out of 5 games, they'll play 1 amazing game, and the rest 4 is like an average or below average games. That's not what I want to see from my players. I want to see, if you're going to play 5 games, I want to see 3 games that are consistent. Like, you have to be good consistently for 3 games, for majority of those 5 games, and then you can have your off days, because everyone has those. But that's not what I've been talking about with Bellerin, with Xhaka. It's mostly bad days than good ones with these guys. And they've been doing it for years and years. They've been doing it since Wenger days, Emery, Ljungberg, Arteta. So especially those 2, we've seen them being so inconsistent for years. You just get tired of it. But they played really well yesterday. El Neni, he did all right. But one thing that was pissing me off about El Neni was he was giving the ball at stupid positions. And you're thinking to yourself, Chelsea could take advantage of this. Luckily, they didn't. But he was kind of pissing me off yesterday with how many times he was losing the ball. There were 2 chances in the first half where he gave the ball away, in the midfield. He lost the ball, and then Chelsea were down to counter-attack us, but they didn't take advantage of it. So, he got lucky in that sense. Looking back at it now, it doesn't really matter. But if they did score, I would be going fucking mad on this guy. But it doesn't really matter. Looking at the goals, the first goal was a penalty, and like I said, Xhaka played an amazing ball forward to Tierney. Tierney beat Reece James. He didn't give him a chance whatsoever, and then Reece James made the contact, and Tierney went down. Listen, do I think it was soft? Hell yeah, it was soft. But listen, I've seen penalties that are softer than that, and no one talks about it. And it's always, it's always the Arsenal agenda. Everyone wants to talk about, it's not a penalty. Shut up. I don't care, because I don't hear anyone complaining when Fernandes and Martial and Rashford are diving in for penalties. No one wants to say shit. When Kane and Son are diving, no one wants to say shit. But the one time we get a penalty, everyone wants to talk about it. Whatever. That was, you make contact. He took advantage of it. It is what it is. And Lacazette tucks it in. Very cool, calm. Always what I expect from him when it comes to penalties, and he did well there. Once the penalty went in, you're thinking to yourself, okay, good. The way we started was good, but we still need a second goal for, to be reassured and, to keep our positions. And that's what the team did, and they kept going after the first goal. They attacked Chelsea. A special mention to Saka, because let's be real, he was playing on the right hand side and he didn't see much of the ball in that half, in the entire game pretty much, but he was still causing Chelsea a lot of trouble. Every time he did get the ball, he was very efficient with the way he was passing, the way he was creating movements for other players, the way he was opening up spaces for other players like your Smith Rowe's, Martinelli's. He was very dangerous in those areas, and he won us the free kick, which led to the second goal, and special shout out to him. And he's been amazing this season. This guy's been playing left wing, back, left wing, right wing, right back. This guy has been playing everywhere, and every single time, all you're gonna see from him is just putting in 110%. And no matter where he's playing, he's causing havoc everywhere, and that's great to see from a player. We got the free kick. Like I said, Saka won the free kick for us. it was a good distance, but you still think, we have a chance. We have Lacazette and Xhaka both stepping up to take it, and I gotta admit, like in that minute, I'm thinking to myself, Xhaka, you should be nowhere near it. But credit to him, he banged that in top corner, boom, gave Mendy no chance. I see people, they're like, oh, Mendy should have done better. No way, no way. That was beautiful, and it was great to see. We went in halftime 2-0, which changed the team talk completely, because at 1-0, you're still reserved. What, one goal is a very slim lead. These guys can come back at any moment, so you have to be very careful. But going in 2 up at halftime, that changes the team talk. And I'm sure Arteta told them, keep playing the way we're playing, defend together, attack together, and just play freely. And that's what we saw, and it was just so refreshing to see, especially from Smith Rowe, another player. He like his play at the age of 20, the way he's doing things, like creating opportunities for players on the ball and off the ball. And he had so many chances that he created for Martinelli, Saka, and Lacazette. He should be praised, and I do think he deserves to start the Brighton game. No doubt about it. He deserves to. And the third goal came from him. He got an assist for that coming into second half. We went forward. We kept going, hungry for more. Smith Rowe gets the ball, spots Saka, passes it to him, and Saka with a very fortunate goal. Like, I know on Instagram he said he meant to do it. Because he's my player, I'm going to back him and be like, you know what? He meant to do it. You know what I mean? But on a real note, that was a cross shot. And he got very fortunate with that goal. And it doesn't matter how it goes in. At the end of the day, you score. You make your own luck. If you keep attacking and you create good chances, at some point you're going to get lucky. You're going to get what you want. And Arsenal did create their own luck by getting into Chelsea's penalty box a lot. And special mention to all these players. And after that goal, you're thinking to yourself, okay, lovely, we were done, our job is done, we have to focus to Brighton. But it was still nervy. And we had actually chances, because Chelsea did score, but late in the game. Before that, we had so many opportunities to make it 4 or 5. Like, we had so many opportunities. Lacazette had a one-on-one. He should have done better. I think he tried to do a swerving chip, which didn't work out. El Neni hit the bar. Very unfortunate. And there was Martinelli. Martinelli had 2 chances where he should have scored, in my opinion. And we just didn't score. And we could have made our win more comfortable, but that wasn't the case, Even when Arsenal win, it's not the easy way. So Chelsea did come back into it towards the last few minutes. They attacked us. They scored 1 goal through Tammy Abraham. Great cross by Hudson-Odoi. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh, fuck. And then we concede a penalty. And then you're thinking to yourself, oh, are we going to fuck this up? Is this going to be another story of Arsenal choking in the big moments? But special mention to Bernd Leno. Like, he saved the penalty that kept it at 3-1. Gave us, that comfort towards the end, because if they scored that, they still had enough time to get an equalizer. So special mention to him. I mean, the penalty in itself was a shit penalty. I don't know what Jorginho was thinking. I don't know what he was smoking before the game, like, to take the penalty like that. I know that's how he takes penalties, but if it's to give your team a chance, just don't take any risks. Just put it down the middle. And I'm glad he didn't. And I'm glad Leno saved it. Great save. And we got, we were very fortunate. But like I said, you make your own luck. And yesterday, Lady Luck was on our side. And I was very happy about that. And that was it. And to top it all off, I was actually surprised by one more thing. Towards actually the final few minutes, it was actually before that, Lampard could have brought on Giroud. And when you're thinking about this, with the way Chelsea were whipping in those balls in the box, they were just crossing them in. If Giroud was in the starting lineup, or even came on a second, like at halftime, we would have been fucked. because Chelsea didn't have a lot of shots on target, but Giroud could have given them that different dimension to the game. And we were very fortunate not to get that. And that's what I'm talking about, that we had Lady Luck on our side. I'm glad Frank, made the decision to put on Kai Havertz, and we got very fortunate. But like I said, you make your own luck. Now, we have to capitalize on this. Going into the next game, we got Brighton, and we have to win. It's a must. The next 2 games are very vital for our season because, yes, at the end of the day, you're thinking to yourself, there's not much we can do from league positions, but you still need to get wins because wins, they bring in confidence. And that's what we need right now. I think if we go and lose to Brighton the next game in West Brom, there's no point in winning this match. Then you're back in square one. So we need to capitalize on this, win the next 2 games, and see where we're at. Anyways, that was the match review for Arsenal versus Chelsea. Thank you for joining in. The match preview for the Brighton game will be out tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you follow the Spotify, and make sure you follow all the social media accounts. Like I said at the start of the video, links are in the description below, so follow that quickly, and see you next time. Till then, peace out. Come on, you Gunners.